What are we doing today? Where are we?
We took a bus from the other side of the island over to Lahaina. And that's where we are now. We're sitting in some shopping plaza thing.
That's a little hard to believe. It is the Plantation Museum though.
Well, I just assumed shave ice was like a snow cone because that's what it looks like, it sounds like. But this woman who's been working at the hostel for the last 9 months said she just tried one like a week ago and she's like, oh, I can't believe I hadn't tried it. Because it apparently has a scoop of ice cream in the bottom and then it's got the snow cone stuff on the top. I still think that sounds disgusting, but whatever, she liked it.
It really is called Cafe Cafe.
You want it now or you want to wait?
That octopus is one of the ugliest pieces of jewelry I've ever seen.
Oh, I don't know, that snake bracelet rivals it up top.
So out there you can see the island of Lanai. Want to tell the viewers about Lanai?
I'm not quite sure what to say.
Well, you could say what's out there and then why we're not going.
Oh, you mean, oh, Lanai over there, okay. I was thinking Lahaina, not Lanai. T-shirt too. We're in search of the ice cream, Leopard's ice cream.
Why?
On this road somewhere. Why?
Why?
Because I ate it 30 years ago and it was good.
Alright, let's play a game. How much do you think that little scoop in that little cup costs? If you hadn't bought it, how much would you guess that little scoop in that little cup would cost?
$2.50.
$2.50? I suggested $3 before the battery died, which is kind of steep, but you know, that's not much ice cream. And now for the grand reveal. What was it?
These two.
$5.05 each.
Yeah, I was gonna say it cost like $10.59, I think it was, for 2 ice
It
creams.
was more than $5
For a Dixie cup.
for this. Perhaps the most expensive cup of ice cream we have yet had.
No kidding.
And we have had a lot
That's
of
probably
ice
the
cream, as our
last.
viewers will attest to.
It's okay, it's not as good as I remember though. Maybe ice creams are just in general better than they were 30 years ago.
So since we're not going to Lanai, I can at least tell you a story about Lanai. Hundreds of years ago, the king of Maui had a son who was kind of a nuisance at court. He was the prankster prince. One day he went too far and pulled up all the breadfruit trees on Maui. And so the king banished him to Lanai, which was at the time inhabited only by ghosts or spirits or demons or something like that, depending which version of the story you hear. And the king expected his son to die, but the prince survived and drove the spirits off the island. And so he built a fire on the shore and would be sitting there each night. And each night the king over on Maui would see the fire burning and think he's still not dead. So eventually he sent someone over to get him, and they saw that all the evil spirits were gone and the son was still there. So he invited his son back to Maui. He was fully redeemed. But in the meantime, he pulled up all the breadfruit trees on Lanai. All done in Lahaina for the day.
Pretty much, I think.
Saw what we wanted to see.
I think so.
Did what we wanted to do. Here's another person to get our pictures with. A salty old sea dog with a peg leg. Starting a new
There, right? Okay, you just go in the center.
yeah.
You just have to right there. All you have to do is to close it up. You can just tie it up overhead knot. But what I do is I take this, I'll loop it through. First, see how the thing follows. Bring it to the next leaf, young man. Beautiful. And it naturally folds itself. To make it a little tighter, bring it to the next leaf. You wanna take a look really fast, see what you're creating?
Yeah.
Okay. This is for your head.
Ah, okay.
Like a headband. After you're done with that, young man, tie, you just overhand knot.
Okay.
And then one more time. This is what you made, young man. So now, see how the thing just curls?
Yes.
So it comes out. See this first one? This is your adjustment.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, it's tight. So you have a few.
Oh.
That's lovely.
Look at you.
Ew, woohoo!
So after we finished our ice cream and started back toward the bus, we decided to cut through the market or just go through the market. She was going the wrong way. I knew where we were going. The market was in between.
And there was all kind of crafters and stuff set up. And there was one that had leis, and this guy was making hats out of leaves. And I thought, hey, that's cool. So I went over and asked about it, because it's like an oral tradition, or are there books on it? And the lady said that the guy, whose name turned out to be Mario, was self-taught, that he couldn't find stuff. He tried doing it from books, but it was kind of confusing. There were some YouTube videos or something, so he started teaching himself on some YouTube videos, and he's been doing it for 4.5 years or something like that. But they're really nice. It does some nice work. And anyway, and then he sat Kai down and said, "Here, young man," and he taught Kai how to do all kinds of stuff.
He'd done the first couple, the better ones, and then he showed me how to do, and they get progressively smaller as you go farther up the leaf, and then how to tie it off. And we were talking about the Lahaina bracelets, the Big Island, and so he had me do this thing around the palm of my hand. I thought, oh, it must be another kind of bracelet thing, but no, you took it off and tightened it up, and it turned out to be one of these fish. I guess then we did the crown. There's one more, but I'm not sure where it went. It was a kind of ball, and that one was really confusing, and I messed it up. Wow, look at all the water today.
A lot.
It's a real river. Spot the typo. There it is. Agreed. These look rather crested pigeon-like, especially that one. That one looks like an Easter egg.